How are you doing and how have you been? My name's Tazastical. We're here with Pillars of Eternity. This is a game I bought echoes ago and have about 10 hours in it. Need to play it. So if you haven't seen me before, welcome. If you have, welcome back. Do you see? The people come back for my tones of my voice. Do you see what I mean? It's very sexual, hot and heavy. Like this female. Cool. Right, so the plan is, so in our Pathfinder series that's sort of wrapping up, I think, we're sort of chucking this out there to see if this is what people want. If not, that's fine. So we will be going male because, we like our twig and two berries, let's say. We're going to go Amua, I assume that's how you pronounce it. I did want to go with dwarfs, but I just wasn't really feeling it. If you haven't been here before, I do like to semi-roleplay. Sort of, I do the voices for people that aren't voice acted, that sort of stuff. I'm dyslexic, so it's always good fun. And I probably won't make the same joke that probably everyone has played with what they actually look like. Don't mention the film. So, although, honourable mention to Godlike, and I think they are beast mode with any character creation in this game for the looks of it. Orland especially as well. I see a lot online because I try and balance these playthroughs with the right amount of it's me, but it's informed well, if that makes sense, because I don't want to be one of them people, not pointing out anyone in particular, because Jesus, do people in the comments like to go, you mean him? This is how I like to play. I like to make my own decisions, but I do like to research what them decisions mean. I like to play a little bit better. But that is the benefit of doing this on YouTube rather than Twitch or something like that. So Amua, you're going to have to correct me if that's wrong. Amua is what we're going to. So basically the idea of this character, I probably should have said on the offset. And we're getting +2 might, which is important because we are going two-handed barbarian. Yay! I keep hitting this done button thinking it's that should be where the next is. I'm sure of it. I'm complaining already. We're going to go coastal just because, one, I think they look really, really badass. But two, we get a bonus to defend against prone, stun. We're going to be the damage dealer. We don't want to go prone or be stunned because it's going to limit our damage potential. That's sort of the thinking in my mind, where the island one is just you get an additional weapon set, which I'm not really too fussed about. Maybe down the line as we play, we might realise we wanted one of them, but that's sort of learning as we play. It's not like the game's been out ages and I can just look this stuff up. As I said, we're going to barbarians. We had a wizard on my Pathfinder play. I understand they're different games and whatnot, but I wanted to mix it up. Let's have some variety. Barbarian, two-hander. But Angry's got 2 weapons. We want two-hander. Come on, did you not get the memo? So we have our first abilities that we can pick between. It's really cool, really, really visual, really easy to see. Why I say this is because sometimes in Pathfinder I got a bit lost. So we have Frenzy, which is probably the one we're going to be going with. So the idea is when we enter this once per encounter, we get +4 might, +4 constitution, attack speed is going up. Basically, we hit harder, but we're able to get hit a little bit harder at the same point, which the idea is we're the damage dealer. We have the tank, we have all that sort of stuff. We don't want damage to come on our character. So the idea is then we can just be as glass cannony as possible. Barbaric Yell was interesting, and I was trying to think how I would play through with this, but I don't think it's going to work. So the idea is that it's an AoE that frightens for 12 seconds. What I have in my brain is this: I'm frightening them. Is it actually an effect that makes them okay, this is interesting because I thought frightened actually made them run away from you. So resolve and dexterity are reduced by 2 and accuracy is reduced by 20. But then they have to make, is this a will save? And where Frenzy is just click the button and let's get some free stuff, which I think we like. Barbaric Yell could be fun, but I think we're going to go Frenzy. I think we're going to have to be boring and go with Frenzy. Tell me in the comments, what would you use Barbaric Yell for? What builds would you be able to build that round? Because it does sound interesting. It's just the will save. I like the idea of just being able to click a button, get a lot of things. Obviously, down the line, you don't always want stuff like that, but especially something as fairly powerful as this. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Really, really curious to know. So here we go, the dreaded attributes. What do you do? How much do you put in which one? So we are going to go basic for full role-playing way. Now, I imagine this game is different to Pathfinder, but what I found with Pathfinder is that having -10 can affect stuff. So we're going to keep everything base 10. If we weren't, we'd probably have like resolve at like 7 or 8 maybe. The idea is we just want to hit hard. So this is the idea I'm going with. We're going to get the intellect up to 18, but I know either the next box or the box after affects that, and then we might have to come back and change something. So here we go. So the culture gives us whatever we want. So we want the +1 in intelligence, and it's actually quite cool that it actually changes what we look like. Saying that, there's a two-handed sword here, so what we might do, I don't know if this affects anything, again comments in the below, but if we change our base stat and do that, does that change anything? But that is the start we want. I'm hoping that's just, let me just check. Yeah, that's going to be a two-handed barbarian straight off the bat, which I really like about this game. You can even customize what the type of weapons. Obviously, it's not super varied, but obviously you don't want to give everything what they want straight off the bat. So I'm down with that. Yeah, I was really having a keen look on this guy, because he looked pretty good, but I think we'll go a bit flashy. You know, we'll look good for the series, new people. We want to look flash for everyone. Come join in on the fun, please. I'm just lonely. So there we go. Background, I'm not too sure on background. I'm sure this is going to throw a spanner in the woodworks, but we're going to go with athletics. So I've been looking around, doing my thing, reading. The idea is once per encounter, characters with athletics can use the second win ability to recover lost endurance. Athletics is used for physical feats like climbing, swimming and jumping. That sort of ruined that for me, so I wondered if like an endurance would go low because, you know, we're hitting heavy, but maybe I'm looking at endurance wrong for this game. It looks like survival's the only real sexy option, because we get at level 1 or +1 we get a damage reduction. That's tasty on anyone. Unless you're obviously backliner, but we will end up getting hit. The second, we receive a healing modifier. The third, if we ever get another one, bonus to movement. Then we get accuracy against creature type. Then we get in a number 6, a bonus damage against a flanked enemy. Well, the idea is we want to flank at the side while the tank's holding them in the middle. You know, the backline's doing their thing, but we want to come in from the side, not being taken damage and doing as much damage as possible. So I think this is the option, again, down in the comments. So between now and when the series starts in 2-3 weeks, I can change stuff like this and I can go through it again. Even that, I'm all for backseat gaming. I think it's very important for someone that sees this a month down the line and copies it or tries to copy it. Now, I never would suggest copying one of my videos because I'm not an expert, but I love it when the comments are flooded with tips and help. So if people do come here looking for that, you're in the wrong place, but they can find it and they can find the silly little mistakes that I'll end up making, which I think is really, really cool. So here we go. So I don't know how we're going to actually make our character look, but as we can see, we've got 99 portraits, which is pretty legit off the bat. I can't remember downloading some more, but I might have, because that's the first thing you do when you come into games like this, you know. You have to download more portraits and stuff. It just makes the game feel a bit real. So I'll come back when I've kitted out our guy and I've made him looking ever so fine. And there we go. I think we're looking as cool as possible. Super looking forward to this race. Like, especially with Pathfinder, it's the first game I played. So I am going to be annoying and keep mentioning it just because it is sort of my baseline for these games. It's actually nice not to play a human and whatnot. You know, a human wizard is sort of a bit dull, I suppose. I love that I'm dissing my own videos. Go watch it now, guys. Anyway, I think this is pretty much us done at this point. So it's just the voices, which, wow.
I'm flattered.
Oh, yes.
Let's go!
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Nothing will slip past me.
Nothing will slip past me. Cool. So our name going into this will be, if you don't know my channel, it's sort of, you know, just Taz. And that's it, everyone. If you got to this point of the video, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a sub. See you later, party people. Bye.